Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 3 questions in 3 minutes with our labor power players. I am joined today by Randi Weingarten, President of the American Federation of Teachers. Randi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So can you talk a little bit about your membership? Who does AFT represent? What does your membership look like?
Okay, we're 1.7 million people. And what we do is we basically make a difference in other people's lives. Teachers, paraprofessionals, bus drivers, nurses, public servants, from correction officers to lawyers, higher ed, adjuncts, full-time faculty. And what we're trying to do is make sure that everyone has a path to thriving. That's what we want to do. Brighter futures for everyone, making sure that people have the healthcare they need, have the education they need, and have the communities that they desire.
That's amazing. And one of the biggest challenges and one of the biggest bumps on that path, I'm sure, was the COVID pandemic. So how did that change?
Oh my God.
So how did that change your work and your members? I mean, huge question. I'm sure it impacted everything.
All right. Huge question in 1 minute, right?
Yes.
So look, COVID changed everything and exacerbated all the inequalities that we already have. One of the only things that America actually provides people universally through America is a right to a pre-K through, secondary education. And what happened is you had 2 years of intense disruption. You had hundreds of thousands of people die. You had hundreds of thousands of people in hospitals. Our members try to do everything they can to make a difference in the lives of kids. And what we tried to do as a union is to make sure that they were safe, the communities were safe, their kids were safe, their families were safe. And now, how do we help kids and society recover?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you brought up, looking forward in the future and next steps, because we do still have a lot of recovery to do. So what are some,
Huge.
Yeah. So what are some goals specifically that you're focused on this year?
So look, number one, public schools are really, really, really important. If people didn't understand that before, they now understand that in-person learning is really, really, really important. So we had to get schools reopened and stay open and be open safely. So that was number one. But number two is, how do we help make sure that kids are okay academically, socially, and emotionally? There's huge issues around mental health. There's huge issues around how social media is just trying to create anger and chaos all the time. There's huge trauma around the country, whether it's gas prices or the fear about what's happening in terms of Ukraine, or the political fighting about elections instead of kids. So there's a big, big agenda. But the bottom line is this: we have to do what we can to make for a better America, to make sure each generation does better than the generation before. That's what the labor movement is about. It's about fighting for good jobs with decent pay. It's about fighting for healthcare as a right, making sure that kids and young adults have the schools they need with the resources they need to have that opportunity. And it's about having a democracy that really works. What are the powers that help working folks have a better life? A voice in democracy, a voice at work, and a great public education. That's what we do.
Yes, and I think that that's a journey that's never fully over, right? You keep fighting and you keep working day in, day out. And it's a really important movement. So thank you so much for being a labor power.
Thank you
for joining me today.
Thank you.